Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Keep Off the Pavement here on TWiG's ADV. I'm gonna try a little something different today by answering 10 questions titled Adventure Thought. These were 10 questions presented by CJ to Tyler over at the eveRide channel. CJ's doing a report on adventure riding, and he had some questions. Tyler thought it'd be a great idea for multiple people to do a video and share it with the hashtag Adventure Thoughts. So here's my answers. Question number 1. When did adventure motorcycling initially catch your eye, and what was the reason for why it initially did catch your eye? Motorcycling initially caught my eye when I was very young. It's a whole different story to get into there, but I did grow up riding some motorcycles on and off-road. For a while I took a break while I had kids myself. Still did lots of hiking and camping, as much exploring as I could. An offer came about for me to be able to purchase a KLR 650. And the thought of being able to use that to explore more and to camp more places was really something that looked great to me. Plus I had some friends that said they really wanted to do some of that stuff too. I haven't actually got to do any moto camping with those initial friends, but I've met many new friends along the way, and it's been a great journey exploring everywhere I can get my two wheels onto. Question number 2. Why do you ride? What feelings does it bring to you personally? I ride for a number of reasons. Of course, like I mentioned, to explore. I like to see new places, new things to me. 2, it's a great way to get out there and forget about whatever the problem may be that you're trying to forget about. For a little therapy, a little throttle therapy. But I also ride because it's exciting. It's incredible amounts of fun. It's probably one of the funnest dang things that you can do legally and that you can do by yourself or with others. So some of the feelings it gives me is excitement, happiness, wonder, feeling of adventure. Question number 3. What qualifies a ride as an adventure? This is a question that can have a different answer depending on every single person that you ask. To me, an adventure has elements of danger, elements of surprise, the unknown, who knows what's going to happen. That's all stuff that makes up an adventure. The first time I ride a new-to-me trail, everything is new. Everything there is unknown, and that's an adventure. 4th or 5th time I've rode that trail, I know what to expect, I know what's going on, and it's a little less of an adventure. But when something happens on that mundane trip, something breaks, some kind of weather system, a crazy storm, adventure kicks in. You start having an adventure when you're just having a normal ride before. Question number 4. What are your thoughts on lightweight adventure motorcycles versus heavier, more traditional adventure bikes? Are these bikes situational? Is there a right or wrong answer to whatever you choose to ride? I think motorcycles are just tools. Just tools for you to have that adventure. So you want to use the right tool for the right job. Unlike tools, motorcycles don't always have a specific, defined use. You can use that same motorcycle to do all sorts of things depending on your skill levels and how much you really want to push that motorcycle's abilities. So really, I think the only right or wrong bike for what you're wanting to do is just that. What is it you're wanting to do? What are your abilities? And how much work do you want to make it? If you're wanting to do hundreds of miles out in the middle of nowhere, never seeing another person, you're going to need a bike that has the capabilities to do that. You're going to need extra fuel, you're going to want to be able to have extra good cooling, and you're going to need to be able to carry stuff with you, your supplies, your camping gear, enough for that whole time. With that though, you can also take a motorcycle and start modifying it so it is more capable at doing what you want to do with that specific bike. There's many examples of people doing that out there, taking street bikes, turning them into adventure bikes, people taking dirt bikes and turning them into adventure bikes, or street bikes, turning them into supermotos. All depends on what you want to do with your motorcycle. Personally myself, I like a mid-weight bike, plenty of power, plenty of size to be able to carry extra weight if I need, plenty of range, but still be able to rip it up on some trails. Some of these big bikes out there, I don't have as much ability to have fun on, just because there's so much more to deal with, so much more work that you have to do. Question number 5. What are some dangers that can come along with adventure riding? Well, there's the normal dangers of motorcycling, crashing, falling off, whatever you want to call it. But with adventure motorcycling, you get a few extra added dangers, I guess. Most of these dangers are completely bypassed by just being well prepared. You know, things like food, water. If you're out there moto camping, then, you know, your proper shelter and proper warmth, all that good stuff. You also have a real chance of getting lost out there if you're not using a map or GPS. You should probably have both. And don't forget tools. Things break out on the trails when you don't expect them to. Nobody ever expects to have anything break, but it does happen. Flat tires, broken levers, your broken shifters, broken cases. And the deeper out there you go, the more there is a real chance of you having to encounter or deal with some sort of wildlife. Depending on your area, the type of wildlife can be completely different, from rattlesnakes to cougars, mountain lions, whatever you want to call them, wild boar, bears of various sorts, or just some crazy crackheads. For most people, though, I think all the fun outweighs the dangers many folds over. Question number 6. What do you think of the demographic towards adventure riders? Generally, adventure riding is for older people. Is this true or false? I will admit, if you get out there to a lot of these rallies, these group rides, these cool meetups, you will notice that most of these are older dudes. Now, I will also say that more and more young people are getting into it because they can't let all those old dudes have all the fun. And I say dudes, but I'm also including women. I'm here from California, so everybody's a dude. It is an amazingly awesome thing for some retired people to do. You have all that time to go out and explore and do all these things you didn't do before. But there's lots of us out there that are going and doing that exploring and doing that fun stuff right now. So I guess to conclude my question, I don't think it really matters. Just get out there and have fun. Question number 7. Would you ever consider going on a cross-continental adventure tour if funding wasn't an issue? My answer would be a wholeheartedly heck yeah. I hope to one day zigzag across my country as well as many other countries on this continent and as many continents as I can get my 2 wheels onto. And right now, pretty much that funding part is the only thing holding me back. Question number 8. What are some of the essential costs that you may incur when looking to get into adventure riding? Well, of course, first you have the cost of your bike. That can be a huge range from quite cheap to really damn expensive. The next 2 main costs would be personal protection, your armor, your helmet, your gloves, all that good stuff. And the third is your moto camping gear, if that's what you're going to be doing. Some adventure riders don't go camping at all, and they go from hotel to hotel. And so the hotels, I guess, hotels and restaurants, that's your other cost. After that, all you're really left with is fuel. You gotta feed the bike and whatever maintenance to keep it going. Now I must warn you though, once you buy a motorcycle and you start using it in different ways, you're gonna start modifying it. So you're probably gonna have some costs involved with that. Question number 9. If there was one key destination or route that you think most adventure riders should go to, what do you think it would be? I don't know that there would be only one destination. I would say definitely that everybody should start out by checking out everywhere around them. You don't need to go far to find really cool things to see. You just need to start looking at spots close to you haven't been before. I don't even think that I have a top destination of a place that I want to go see. I want to see so many things and go so many places, and all for different reasons. Question number 10. Is adventure motorcycling progressing and moving forward, or do you think we're staying stagnant or even digressing? I would say it's an industry that progresses forward as much as it needs to. There are many companies out there that are bringing us new products and new innovations to adventure with, from stuff that goes on the motorcycles itself to the gear we use and the stuff we wear. There might not be a whole lot of innovation and newer bikes coming out. Some of them are the exact same things that have been coming out since the 80s. Some say with such a reliable bike, why change up something that's so good? Some say that's bad because we can put in a bunch of new technology and potentially make it even better. Who knows? While some places are getting areas closed to riding, we have more places opening up all the time and more backcountry adventure routes being put together, and lots of rallies and meetups and groups of people getting together to have fun with this adventure riding thing. So I guess in my opinion, I think it's progressing or living just as it needs to be, and it's going to do its own thing. With so many people enjoying adventures of all sorts on their motorcycles all around the world in so many different ways, I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. So there you go, my answers to the 10 questions for Adventure Thoughts. Hope that helps you out, CJ, or anyone else that might have needed a little push towards getting an adventure motorcycle or getting into it more. Thanks for watching this episode of Keep Off the Pavement. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. I'll be back to share some more motorcycling adventures with you soon, so take care. But I also like the excitement of riding. Damn you beeping button things, Tyler. It's you, Tyler, isn't it? Let's take that back there.